Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you. It's for Sunday, 21st day of October, 12th day of CHESHVAN. Here we go. We were discussing just before Shabbos the laws about what if dirt, dust, or whatever gets on your clothing on Shabbos and you want to just brush it off. Are you allowed or not? We're going to continue on in those laws, and here goes. What if there is some dirt on your clothing and it's the only clothing that you've got to wear for the rest of Shabbos? So if you don't clean it, you're going to be horribly embarrassed, or your other option is to just not be seen by people the rest of that Shabbos. So are there any options for if you're desperate? It's all you've got and it's messed up and you want to clean it on Shabbos. So the Mishnah Berurah says that in some situations it could be permissible for you to ask a non-Jew to gently clean the clothing that you're wearing so that you won't be embarrassed when you go outside with it. The reason, if you're wondering, like, so why do we get lenient all of a sudden? It's because in situations like that, we may allow ourselves to rely on those opinions who, if you were with me on the halacha the day before, we had said that there are some opinions that just brushing off some dirt is not laundering. So if it's not laundering, if I ask a non-Jew to do it, then there are a lot of opinions that I'm not asking the non-Jew to do what's really called a malacha, and that would make it permissible. So that's a good route to go if you're desperate, if you want to clean off some clothing on Shabbos because you have no other choice. Telling the non-Jew to use a brush would still be questionable, because then you're getting much closer to what would be considered real laundering. And real laundering, a real malacha, you're not allowed to ask a non-Jew to do either. So if you are stuck and you're going to be asking a non-Jew to gently clean your clothing for you on Shabbos, have him not use a brush. If no non-Jew is available, then the Misgeras HaShulchan says that maybe gently you could just do it with a shinui, which means not real cleaning. You do it in some unusual way, like your elbow just brushes against it. So you're not really fully doing an action of cleaning. You're doing some offshoot, which is an elbow bumping against the sleeve, and that would make it more permissible. The Biur Halacha says that only if the garment is clearly not new or freshly pressed, So what you're going to do gently there with your elbow is not going to be so apparent to be making such a difference, because it anyway wasn't such a perfectly clean or pressed or new garment. But if it's perfectly, very clean, very well pressed, just back from the dry cleaner, and now you want to get it back to, that's going to look more like laundering, and that you should not be doing on Shabbos. Okay, now we're going to get to removing a stain, okay? I'm not talking about dust anymore, but I'm talking about like where there was a ketchup spill on your clothing. There's none of it physically on the front of that garment anymore. It's just wet and in the fabric. Second type of dirt would be something that's caked on, like some mud that's just crusty on the garment, and that we're going to discuss on the following day. So today, just real quickly, if there is a wet stain inside of a garment and you want to just pour water on it to have that stain kind of dissolve out, that's laundering. That would be strictly forbidden, to just pour water on a stain that is deeply, wet and inside of the fibers of the garment. If some residue of the stain remains, then there is room to be a little bit lenient, because it's not like you fully cleaned it, because the stain's still there. You just made it like not so apparent. So some are lenient. You may have to ask your rabbi about specific situations, but I'm just educating you that there is room to be lenient when the stain is not so perfectly cleaned. It was a 10 before you started, and after your little bit of just brushing against it gently, it went down to a 5. So as some say, in that situation you could be lenient. No brush would be allowed. No brushing. That comes too close to laundering. And also no scrubbing hard. Just gently working this situation helps it be not in the category of laundering. Okay, dirt which adheres and is caked onto your garment, well, that topic will have to continue on tomorrow. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.